The headlines hit hard. Amazon, Meta, Google, tech giants slashing tens of thousands of jobs. UPS followed, cutting 12,000 positions and blaming artificial intelligence for its leaner future. Suddenly, the fear that robots are coming for our jobs felt real. Not just for factory workers, but for coders, marketers, and managers. This isn't about machines on assembly lines, it's about algorithms writing code, generating reports, and automating white-collar work. The anxiety has spread from warehouses to office cubicles and Slack channels. The question is no longer if AI will change your job, but when and how much. The layoffs seem to signal a new era, a white-collar recession not from market cycles, but from silicon brains. Unlike a typical downturn, this feels permanent, a restructuring of the labor market itself. Companies aren't just weathering a storm, they're adjusting for a future where human labor is less valuable. The message is everywhere. How can anyone compete with technology that gets smarter every year? But is this story true? Is AI really the main force behind these layoffs, or is it a convenient scapegoat? Before we accept the narrative of an AI-driven job apocalypse, let's look closer at the evidence. The truth, as always, is more complicated than the headlines suggest. Let's dig in. The numbers are dramatic. 10,000 jobs cut here, 12,000 there. It feels like a tidal wave. Headlines amplify our fears, making it seem like the entire white-collar workforce is under siege. But step back, and the national data tells a different story. Unemployment remains historically low. Weekly jobless claims haven't spiked. If we were in a true white-collar recession, these indicators would be flashing red. They're not. So what's really happening? Context matters. Many of these companies went on massive hiring sprees during the pandemic, betting on endless digital growth. Now, they're correcting, cutting back to pre-pandemic levels, not replacing everyone with AI. AI makes for a futuristic headline, but often, these layoffs are just old-fashioned right-sizing. The pain is real for those affected, but it's not a sign of total economic collapse. The story is about specific sectors, mainly tech and media, undergoing a painful correction. Nationally, the labor market is resilient. The disconnect between scary headlines and stable data is our first clue. The AI layoff narrative is more hype than reality. Not every tree is burning, just a few in the forest. Let's keep that perspective. When companies lay off thousands, they face a PR nightmare. Admitting to overhiring or bad planning looks weak. Blaming AI, that sounds visionary. Suddenly layoffs aren't about mistakes, they're about embracing the future. CEOs can say, we're restructuring to leverage AI, and Wall Street applauds. It's a clean, forward-looking excuse that sidesteps accountability for past success. AI becomes the perfect scapegoat. It can't answer back, and everyone expects it to change everything anyway. For employees left behind, the message is, you're part of a lean, tech-savvy team now. It encourages them to adapt, not panic. In reality, most layoffs are driven by slowing growth, competition, and profit pressure. But we're harnessing AI sounds better than we overhired and profits are down. As long as AI remains mysterious and buzzy, it'll be the go-to excuse for tough decisions. The truth? Layoffs are rarely about just one thing. But blaming the bots is a powerful way to control the story. And that story matters. AI grabs headlines, but the real reasons for most layoffs are old-school economics. Trade wars and tariffs have raised costs, squeezing profits across industries. When expenses rise and sales slow, companies cut labor. It's classic business, not science fiction. The post-pandemic spending boom is over. Inflation and high interest rates mean consumers are buying less. Tech companies, flush with pandemic optimism, overhired for a digital future that didn't fully materialize. Now, they're shedding excess staff, a hangover from the pandemic party. These pressures, tariffs, slowing demand, and overhiring, explain most job cuts better than AI alone. AI is often just a new tool and a modern excuse for what companies were already planning. The layoffs are about survival in a tough economy, not just about robots taking over. The story is more about old problems than new technology. Don't let the AI headlines distract from the real economic forces at play. The job market is especially tough for young and entry-level workers. When companies cut back, the first roles to go are internships and junior positions. The result, a bottleneck at the start of the career ladder. New grads face a paradox. They need experience to get a job, but the jobs that provide experience are vanishing. AI is making this worse, not always by replacing people, but by automating the simple tasks that used to be entry-level work. Now, managers use AI to draft copy or analyze data. Jobs once done by interns, even when companies hire, they want candidates with advanced skills, skipping the entry level entirely. The first rung of the ladder is being pulled up, leaving a generation struggling to get a foothold. This crisis is hidden behind low unemployment numbers. It's about jobs that never appear, not just jobs that disappear. The risk, a lost generation of white-collar workers locked out before they even start. The challenge is real, and it's growing. Despite the hype, AI isn't running the office. It's mostly a smart assistant. AI augments, not replaces, most white-collar jobs. Marketers use AI to brainstorm ideas or draft emails, but humans still refine and strategize. Developers use AI to write boilerplate code, but the big picture work is still human. In HR, AI screens resumes. In finance, it flags anomalies. In customer service, it handles simple questions. AI takes on repetitive, low-complexity tasks, freeing people for judgment, creativity, and problem-solving. Companies may claim AI enables job cuts, but mostly it boosts productivity for those who remain. The real story is human-machine collaboration, not replacement. The best professionals are learning to use AI as a tool, not fearing it as a rival. Today's office is about partnership, not takeover. The future belongs to those who adapt. The biggest change isn't mass layoffs, it's the great hiring slowdown. Layoff rates are up in some sectors, but the real shift is in hiring. Companies are cautious, job openings are down, and it takes longer to fill positions. This hiring freeze is invisible. No headlines for jobs that never get posted. Fewer openings mean more competition and less bargaining power for workers. Wage growth slows, and career mobility stalls. Economic uncertainty and the promise of AI-driven efficiency make companies hesitant to add staff. Managers hope AI tools will let smaller teams do more. The result? Unemployment stays low, but the job market feels tight and stagnant. The real pain is for those trying to enter, switch, or advance, not those already employed. The hiring freeze is a warning sign. The market is cooling, even if it's not collapsing. It's a silent shift, but it's reshaping opportunity for millions. Pay attention to what isn't happening, not just what is. As the AI dust settles, a new model of white-collar work is emerging. It's not about human obsolescence, but about the rise of the human-AI hybrid. The winners will be those who can use AI to amplify their skills, not those who compete with machines. The most valuable abilities will be strategic thinking, creativity, and the skill to guide and critique AI output. Knowledge alone is no longer enough. AI can access facts instantly. The premium is on how you use information, not just what you know. This means a massive shift in training and education. Workers must learn to integrate AI into their workflow, not just master their core discipline. The losers will be those who cling to routine, automatable tasks. Advancement will depend on your ability to leverage technology, not just your years on the job. The future belongs to the adaptable and curious. The challenge isn't to beat AI, but to work with it. The human-AI hybrid is the new standard for success. We're at a crossroads, stability on the surface, disruption underneath. The data says the labor market is strong, but layoffs, AI, and hiring freezes tell a different story. Is this just a pause, a correction after pandemic excess, or the start of a true paradigm shift? One future, AI boosts productivity, the panic fades, and the white-collar world adapts. Another, AI fundamentally changes work, routine jobs vanish, and society must rethink what work means. The truth is likely in between, more than a pause, less than an apocalypse. What matters now is how we respond. How do we share AI's benefits? How do we prepare the next generation for a world of human-machine collaboration? Blaming AI for layoffs is easy, but the real task is building a future where technology augments, not replaces, human potential. The story isn't finished, and we all have a role in writing the next chapter.